Hello, everyone. We are so glad that you have joined us for our dual enrollment in college credit webinar. This is for high school students, and a recording of this webinar will be sent out. So if you're with us live, welcome. And if you're with us while you're watching the recording, we are so glad that you got hold of it. We'll do some introductions quickly. My name is Mrs. Wilson, and I am counseling assistant here at Enlightium. So I have worked with third through eighth grade for a long time, and I've gotten to work with high school for a short bit now and really enjoying it. And we also have Mrs. Vogler here. She is the counselor for students with last names A as well as L through M. And she's also our college and career counselor. So you have her to thank for all these great webinars that we've had this year. Hopefully you have gained some great information. I'm going to go ahead and pray, and then we will get into our content. So, dear Lord, thank you so much for this time to be able to share information about dual enrollment with these students. I pray that you would give them clear minds and that their questions would be answered. I pray that you would guide their next steps as they're thinking about what's to come in their future and the best way to get there. And I pray that you would help me and Mrs. Vogler to be clear and to speak well and encourage these students. And we thank you for your son, and it's in his name that we pray. Amen. Okay, so a couple of housekeeping things. As you can see, we have cameras and microphones turned off. We're going to keep it that way, but if you have questions, feel free to chat me or Mrs. Vogler your questions, and we will get those answered at the end of our presentation. So you might be wondering, what is dual enrollment? So dual enrollment is exactly what it sounds like. It's the opportunity for you as a high school student to earn college credit while you're in high school. Dual enrollment means that you are enrolled at two places at once. So in this case, you would be enrolled at Enlightium Academy and also at a college of your choosing. And we'll talk a little bit more about what that looks like to choose the college that you take dual enrollment credits through. So who can participate in dual enrollment? Enlightium students who are enrolled in grades 11 and 12 are eligible to participate in dual enrollment if they meet specific criteria. There's at least one college where you might be able to take dual enrollment classes as a freshman or a sophomore, and Mrs. Vogler will talk more about that. And you do need to meet specific criteria, and that's going to be largely dependent on the college that you're trying to attend. So that's why you'll need to be working closely with both your Enlightium Academy counselor as well as the college counselor at the college that you choose. So let's talk a little bit more about requirements and what to do if you are interested in taking dual enrollment. And I assume if you're watching this webinar, then you are at least a little bit interested. So we'll share a little bit more about that. So you can seek dual enrollment through various opportunities. We've worked very closely with a couple of different universities in the past, including Oral Roberts University and William Carey University. So if you are interested in dual enrollment, it's really important to be doing your research and to stay in communication with your Enlightium Academy counselor. While we have worked with these two colleges in the past, this is not an exhaustive list. You may also reach out to your local college for dual enrollment information, and that would typically be for 11th and 12th grade students. And again, reach out to your Enlightium counselor if you are interested, and they would be able to talk to you more about whether this is a good plan for your courses. So you should be enrolled full-time at Enlightium in order to take dual enrollment. We may be able to make an exception for part-time students, so that's why it's important to be working with your counselor, but almost always it's going to be offered to full-time students here. So no matter what type of student you are, you will need the approval of your counselor to participate in dual enrollment courses. So we recommend that you reach out to them as early as possible in your decision-making process. So if you have it in your mind that you might want to pursue dual enrollment, definitely just reach out and share that with them so they can come up with a plan. And it's just really important so for us to note that only full-time students at Enlightium can receive our diploma. So if you're unsure whether you are a part-time or a full-time student at Enlightium, check in with your counselor just to be sure as we award diplomas to our full-time students. Let's talk about registration. So students should speak to their counselor to determine if dual enrollment courses are right for them. Hopefully you've heard that enough from me by now. That is important. And you're also going to be speaking with the college counselor at the school of your choosing to determine which courses are right for your schedule. So if you do pursue dual enrollment, you and your family are going to be responsible for finding the program that works best for you. So that would be identifying the college that you want to take courses through. You would also be responsible for completing all the necessary paperwork and paying any fees that are required for the college. So that would be in addition to your tuition here at Enlightium, you would be paying any fees associated with taking classes. A couple of things to note, just because you earn college credit through dual enrollment does not mean that this credit is going to automatically transfer to any college that you choose to attend in the future. So let's say you're a senior in high school and you're applying to colleges and you are wondering if your dual enrollment credits will transfer to the college that you really want to go to. You'll want to check in with that college to see, because every college is a little bit different in terms of which credits they accept and what categories they fulfill. So just because you got the dual enrollment credit at one college doesn't mean it will automatically transfer to another. The credits that you earn through dual enrollment are awarded by the colleges, and they can be included in your Enlightium transcript, which we'll talk about in a little bit as well. We are not the ones here at Enlightium awarding college credits, and we also don't guarantee that the college credits you earn in high school through dual enrollment are going to be transferable, like I said before. So those are just a few caveats to consider, things to be aware of. Okay, talk about grades. So the grades that you earn in your college level courses will appear on your Enlightium transcript once we receive an official transcript from your college at the end of the semester or year. So please be mindful. It's a big deal to be earning college credit because it goes on your Enlightium transcript. So you definitely want to make sure that you are ready for those levels of courses. And then if you want the credit to be shown on your Enlightium transcript, you will need to make sure that we get official records from any of the colleges that you do attend. So cost is going to vary depending on where you take your dual enrollment course or courses. And again, you would be the one responsible for paying the college any fees that are associated with your dual enrollment courses. It's separate from tuition. However, we don't charge any additional fees for you to take dual enrollment courses. At least here at Enlightium, you wouldn't be paying any additional tuition. It would just be paying tuition to the college that you're attending. And now I will pass it off to Mrs. Vogler, and she's going to share a little bit more with us.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wilson. That was awesome. Hi, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and kind of take it from this point, talking specifically about some of the schools that we've worked with. We've been working with William Carey University, and I've put their website on the slides, and we can also send you out like a copy of the slide presentation at some point if you, if you would like that as well. But for William Carey, you must have a qualifying SAT or ACT score in order to be able to apply for their dual enrollment program, which is called the Step Ahead program. So if you are interested in William Carey, again, get in touch with your counselor, because we need to make sure that you take your SAT or ACT and let you know more information about what you need to do on that. And then typically students in the 11th and 12th grades, you may seek dual enrollment opportunities through local colleges. With this, you need to make sure that you do meet the college's entrance requirements. Depending on the state, they may have may want you to have a certain test score or take one of their, admissions type tests to go ahead and make sure you qualify, or they may have more specific requirements that they want to see from us at Enlightium that we would need to provide. And then you would need to fill out an equivalency verification form. And that's just a form. Let's see if I can open it or not. Can you open the form? Just to kind of show. Okay, thank you. So on this form, you would go ahead and fill out all of your information. And then you need to make sure that you put down like what you want, which courses you want to take, like the name of the course, and the course number, the number of credits the course is. You may not know what it's going to equal to with the high school, but we can go ahead and help you with that. Sometimes we have to look at the course descriptions at the college to make sure that we match you, with courses that we offer pretty well. Thank you. And then, so if you're interested in William Carey, there is a link to go ahead and get more information on them. But again, you must have a qualifying SAT or ACT score. So that, we can't stress that enough. Now, one of the schools that we have worked closely with the past couple of years is Oral Roberts University. And their website is here. They do not require an SAT or an ACT score for admissions, and you can begin as early as the 9th grade. So again, you would go through, get with your counselor. We have a wonderful person that we work with at Oral Roberts, and she would help get your application done. We'll verify grades and things like that, because we just don't want you to be overloaded with high school classes that you're, earning credits in, and doing college classes, especially as you're coming in as a 9th grader. So you wouldn't want to come in and take like 4 classes at the college as a 9th grader. It would be an awful lot. But again, get with your counselor if you're interested, and we can kind of talk through some, and you can see the list of courses that they offer as well. There are some additional ways to earn college credit instead of just dual enrollment. You can take the AP test. AP stands for Advanced Placement. So these are courses, we have some courses that are taught on the college level at Enlightium. They begin in August and run until usually the end of April. And then you as a student must secure a testing spot with your local high school, usually around September. So if you are taking AP courses and you want to take the AP test, make sure that at the beginning of the year you get with the local school to get on their list. We are not able to proctor an AP exam, being an online school. So that's very important to make sure you do that. You do not have to take the AP exam. Sometimes students, get through the course and they're like, I don't want to worry about taking the exam. And then you just get the high school credit for your course. And if you do take the AP exam, then it will depend again on the college that you are interested in. So you need to kind of look at your intended college and see, okay, so for example, if I make a 3 on my AP exam, is that going to be equivalent to a letter grade of B in college? They all have different scales. So make sure that you look at that as well. So again, make sure you verify all the information with the college that you want to attend. So that does kind of make you have to start thinking ahead, and that's totally okay. And if it's a little scary, again, we're here to go ahead and answer any questions that you have. And then some of the current AP courses that we offer right now at Academy, at Enlightium, we do have AP Biology. This would not replace freshman biology. Those are 2 different type courses. It's almost like a biology 2. So you would have to still meet the prerequisites, which are requirements, in order to get to that point. So you would have to take probably like the regular biology, chemistry, and then we could look at the AP. AP Calculus, that's usually a junior, senior class. Same with the AP Chemistry, AP English, Composition, and that's usually taken your junior year. AP Psychology, Government and Politics, US History, and World History. So if you're just starting out, you're looking at AP classes, if say you're a 9th grader or 10th grader, you may want to start like with the AP World History. And then as a junior, looking at the AP US History and the AP English Composition. So things just kind of, we want to kind of keep you at the same level as what your Enlightium classes would be as far as the actual subjects that you would take. And another way to earn college credit is something called CLEP testing. So this is only an option for college credit, not dual credit. So even if you get the credit at the college, you can't transfer that back to us. So but we did want to mention this as an option. So if your school doesn't offer a specific AP exam in a subject that you wish to take, which there are tons of AP subjects and exams out there, but we as a school, we only offer a certain amount of them. So if you find a subject that you'd like to take, that you could, look at CLEP. If you're looking for more opportunities to earn college credit by taking an exam, they offer 34 subjects. So this includes Spanish, college composition, college math. And then CLEP has no requirements or set testing dates. So it is available year round. And they do offer, there are 2,000 CLEP test centers nationwide and, and through remote proctoring. So, if you're interested in this, reach out again to the school that you are interested in and see what possible classes they would accept if you did the CLEP test, and then of course get with your counselor. And then there is also a link to some online study resources for those testings as well. Okay, that is a lot of information that we just kind of spewed out at you. Dual credit it can be kind of scary, but we have a lot of students that do it. We, your counselors know how to work with the schools and everything to help you reach that goal. So are there any questions right now at this point? And just remember, if you have questions as you go along, talk to your counselor. But do you have any questions right now at this point? We have a couple of students here with us, so okay. All right, and that's perfectly fine because a lot of times it takes a while to absorb all the information. And then we also have the the information, the email address for your counselors as well. So you're more than welcome to email, set up an appointment, ask your questions, whatever, and we're actually going to be starting the course selection process in about another month and a half or so. We will be doing a course selection webinar, so make sure that you watch that next month. And then that will probably be a good time for you to get with your counselor and decide, what the best path for you will be. Okay, I think is that it? All right. Well, we want to thank you very much for joining us today. Again, please reach out to us if you have any questions, and the recording will be available to you pretty soon. And if you do want a copy of the slides, then just, you can email me and let me know. And my name is Kim Vogler, so feel free to do that. Thank you all for joining, and we hope to hear from you soon. Have a good day.